sticking a candle to your inner darkness so that your innermost darkness is actually revealed to you, so that you can do something about it, or you can uh, get over your anxieties, your worries, your fears, and everything that is probably pulling you down in life, maybe. So, this is probably one line answer when Carl Jung is saying making your unconscious conscious. If you have read about this aspect of philosophy, you know that thinkers have divided mind into and functioning of consciousness into different layers, 7 layers. So, 3 layers below the conscious and 3 layers above the conscious. So of course this is just symbolic, there is no bifurcation as such, just like in right brain, left brain, we call it symbolically, there is no bifurcation in our brain. uh, so 3 layers below the conscious, they say unconscious, collective unconscious, and cosmic unconscious. And the 3 layers above the conscious state, they say conscious, superconscious, collective superconscious, and cosmic superconscious. Now, why these layering, this hypothetical or symbolic layering, is so important, and why it's time on Diwali we take a candle to those places, those unconscious places within us, so that that darkness can be revealed and let light reach those places, so that there is light and there is positivity and there is growth. uh, when we remove that obstacle, because if there is a house that has been shut for 50 to 60 years, and if you enter into that villa with a light, you can at least see where are the places where you have some problem, like you have a spider web, you have maybe there are rats somewhere. You can know why exactly that house was maybe stinking or maybe haunted or whatever. But unless you do not take the light and the candle to those places, to those unexplored places, you will end up calling the house haunted, you will fear from it, you will have anxieties and fears. This is why it's very important to take light to those places within us. Now, why these things are important? What do you mean basically by collective consciousness? Are these just words and mere eyewash? No. Some of the most profound truths in human existence were discovered by human beings when they elevated themselves to those planes of super consciousness, like spirituality, religion. This is a way or technique to raise one to the super conscious state. Sometimes it becomes very dangerous because we are not ready for it. But above the conscious, superconscious, collective superconscious means in the superconscious state, when you identify with every human being, every human around you, that is collective superconscious. Meaning, in that state, you cannot fight, because you know that you being married, you are not separate and different from that thing called Peter or John. No, you know that in every being there is the same reality. This is collective consciousness. So when human beings can raise themselves to this collective consciousness, of course there will be no fight, there will be oneness and brotherhood. So this is the end result of uh, the process. You call what you call it meditation, you call it yoga, whichever way you call it. So there is no way to force these things, as some of the philosophies and religions have tried to force people to be one with everyone. But no, unless one experiences it in the hours of meditation, it cannot be forced. When you are raising yourself to those levels of collective superconscious, then you become one. There is nothing to believe, you become one. You know that what in Gita there is a say, Krishna is saying that in all the beings I am the central conscious. So that idea I'm pointing to. So the point is, in the state of collective consciousness, you identify, you connect. There is no two. There is a merging. You are aware that in every being, only you are the reality. Now, what do you mean by collective superconscious? It's not just a human beings in this existence. When you are reaching the state of collective superconscious, you identify as oneness with every damn particle in this existence. This is the idea. So it's not just with humans. I'm not human. I'm not just one with the human beings around me. I'm one with this wall, this tree, this maybe this fan. Any living, non-living, or anything beyond my material senses. Even I'm one with all. So in this existence, there are no two things. This idea becomes clear. There is only oneness. There is harmony. There is growth. This is the idea of collective superconscious. Some of the most profound truths in this world, like when we see that the underlying truths in all the sects and religions all around the world have been the same, focusing on all the good things. So that underlying truth are actually a result of touching that state of collective superconscious. When the most profound thinkers and believers and philosophers in any sect, they try to raise themselves onto that state, collective superconscious, they touch that absolute reality. And when that absolute is touched, the reality is revealed. So we came to know that uh, it's it has to be true. There has to be authenticity and validation in that. Why? Because in different parts of the world, in different religions, that the same truth is being experienced by everyone. So so this is why it's very important to focus more on internal darkness, and try to take light, focus light on all those unexplored areas within us, which is giving us darkness, which is giving us fear, anxiety, worry, and take light onto those places, and let the darkness, the source of darkness, reveal. And then once we know that there are certain things hidden at some places, we can take them out. So it's also, which is why I'm again and again focusing on this aspect. In one line, just Carl Jung has summarized this, that until we make the unconscious conscious, we will suffer the whole life, and we will actually call it fate. So the idea uh, is to focus on diving deep into the unconscious and touching that reality, touching that test of reality. This is probably a very good way to celebrate Diwali, even better than the external darkness and external light. Of course, it's also symbolically very important, but let's celebrate this this way also. Let's go deep within us and focus on those areas, those unexplored areas, maybe where we are feeling apprehensive about ourselves, where we find our anxieties coming from, the source. That source can only be touched if we raise ourselves. It's true that sometimes we get to know the reality in different events also, other than meditation, in different walks of life accidentally. But those are the moments where we have not, if you consider mind as a 7-layer room, you're not actually entering the room. Sometimes when you're sleeping in this room and 2 floors above, if somebody is trying to create a nuisance, you might hear the voices at times, and that voices might give you an illusion that I know that there are voices, there is something in the room, but you have never been there. There is a difference. So the best way and the better way is actually to dive deep and go and enter that room and see for ourselves experientially what is there. So this is something I want all of you to at least think about it today. Happy Diwali. May you all have a great time.